What's up, Digidestins? This is Coyote, better known as RideMyAvatar, and today we are going to be making a breakdown of the top 8 from Questionable Plays Big Case Tournament. So 23 players, if I remember correctly, showed up for this event, and I got to commentate, so I'm very excited. I will have a collab video going up on Questionable Plays YouTube channel, so be on the watch out for their recap video for this event. So without further ado, let's get in the video and talk about it. So first off, let's take a look. Questionable Plays EX-08 tournament decks. We had 5 purple hybrids, Ganon X at 2, Phoenixmon X at 2, and then a bunch of one-ofs. Again, a lot of players will default back into comfortability when it comes down to new formats, so there will be a little bit of risk takers. Some won't be risk takers, but that's okay. We all kind of just bob and weave, right? So taking a look though, we're pretty solid across the board, right? I'm kind of excited to see what players are going to do in the future with their decks, and this is a good indication of how the format's panning out. So first off, let's take a look here. Now, the top 8 ended up being that no purple hybrid made it, but we had a Ganon Ice Snow, or better known as the Bears, with the 3 Great Angels, Magna X, Nightmare Soldier, Shoto Mother D Reaper, Phoenixmon X, and Red Hybrids. So, kind of great to see that we have Phoenixmon doing something, Red Hybrid doing something, and of course, the Shoto Mother D Reaper is just literally Setcon. I don't know why we didn't just give it the true name of what that deck is supposed to be, and that is just Setcon. So, taking a look here, with 3 Great Angels, Magna X, Nightmare Soldiers, and stuff like that, it's kind of really interesting how the format is kind of developing once you get into the top 8. So, the top 4 decks was, first place was Ganon X. No surprise there, people have been crying to the rooftops that Ganon is now the most broken deck in the format. To be honest with you, there are a lot of decks that can compete with it, and you can really adapt well with it. Then you do have the fact you are seeing Iceclad, aka the Bears. You know, this will be a thing. I hope so, because I want to fight the Bears. Where are the Bears? Let me fight the Bears. You know. Then you have Dominionmon being yellow vaccine shenanigans, and then you have Magna X, which a deck that just will not perish under any circumstances, right? So taking a look, you have Daniel, Cliff, Kevin, Tristan, Arif, Scott, Kevin, and Phone Negan. I'm sorry if I messed up your name, 8th player. I can do everybody else, but yours is a very unique name. So taking a look, we'll go first all the way down, so you'll know what they are. So first place was none other than Ganon X. So a lot of players are going to fall back into probably using this information right here. So if you take a look, there are 2 Takatos, one being BT17 Takato, and then you have the EX-2 Takato that is just basically in there for that blitz shenanigans, and then the other one is to gain if your opponent has a buddy outside there on their field. So just taking a look here, this is kind of more or less what you would expect for a stock list, right? Offensive training at 3, 2 scrambles. They also are playing the mem setter Takatos, which again, I feel like you do need a little bit of mem sets to really go off, but taking a look here, very much a starting good core, to be honest. I think Ganon, the blocker Galamon's really useful. You have Ganon X antibody. You have all the works of a great deck right here, right now. So just something to keep an eye out on and understanding. You know, you have red scrambles just to kind of just get yourself back into the game. Then we did have, wait a second, did it skip? Yeah, it did. It skipped Cliff's list. So, if you guys know Cliff, he is one of the few players that topped 32 nationals with All Force 2 to 3 years ago. So, taking that into the account that we had All Force player running blue, Cliff is a phenomenal blue player. There's nothing to scoff at when he gets in a deck and an idea. He's usually able to bring out the deck's true potential just with his playstyle alone. Sometimes he can adapt really quickly in matches, and it shows. And as you can see, he's got a lot of good cards across the board, right? You got Frigi, Pildramon, you know, Polar Bearmon plus Scottymon is very much a very powerful stack, to be honest with you. It has keyword soup, basically. Every line has some sort of keyword advantage, and it's kind of cute what, you know, Scottymon can do, being able to, you know, source strip everything and then basically put something at the bottom of your opponent's security is crazy nutty to me. You know, having Hexablow being able to swing in with Ice Clad, you know, guaranteeing stuff, you know, Scottymon, same thing. Most threats will lose that battle. So stuff like that is kind of important, right? You know, source battle means that minusing DP does not matter. Now, we do have 3 Great Angels, and this kid here has been putting in a lot of work with his list, and he's been playing this since the conception. So it's really good to see the hard work pay off, right? You know, Paladin Mode Ace is a great tech. You know, he's got pancakes in here, so why wouldn't he do well with pancakes? But you also have TK and Kari in the list, followed by, you know, TK and Akari. So it's kind of cool to see that not many lists will actually play the 2 Tamer, which is, you know, the TK Kari combo. So it's kind of cool there, and also has Etamon to help kind of force shenanigans, because your opponent's not going to swing until they can just manipulate the board state to where they can deal with Dominionmon. So stuff like that is kind of important to take a look at, right? Now, Magna X right here, right now, is kind of crazy. This one is very shiny. It hurts my eyes to look at. I mean, Death X and Paladin Mode Ace are really the only thing that isn't max rarity in this list, if I'm going to be straight honest with you. So, taking a look though, hard work paid off to flex. But Magna X is just one of those tyrants that are never going to go away. It's just an overlord that is just a boss level Digimon that you're not going to be able to beat on your own. This card takes advantage of everything, and if they don't, again, the big thing about Magna X is, in the way you kind of just want to deal with this deck, is to either ace against it before it gets its protection, which basically means, you know, as long as Raid Flamedramon or Blinding Ray is not in their hands and they attack with the Flamedramon or Blinding Ray shenanigans, you know, Magna X is going to swing in with no protections. You can answer it pretty quickly. Now, this one was Arif's list. He made 5th place, if I remember correctly, and he brought Piedmon with Bolt Batamon. So this deck is quite interesting. Being able to use like Piedmon Ace, and in the dog engine, being able to Digivolve up for reduced cost, Myotismon and Bolt Batamon, and Anubis shenanigans, leads to being such a great deck. This deck can be scary played out, and as the event went on, it showed really a great strength. You know, the only real big, Nightmare Soldier cards you're looking at is Devimon, the Myotismon, the Devimon, Piedmon Ace, and Bolt Batamon. So the rest is based on the dog engine, which will just turbo you to getting stuff in the trash. And like I said, you know, we are getting to a point where generic C of our top ends will eventually look like something like we see with Galaxy. But we're going to have to wait for purple to kind of just do it a couple more times, right? Now, here's another big one that players might really hate seeing come back, but this is better known as Setcon. Setcon with Mother D Reaper with Shoto, just a very scary combination. You have 3 Def X, 1 Ruin Mode, you have 3 Omnimon Zorts, you have Cordramon helping you dig and draw more. I like the Rapidmon black green starter deck Rapidmon. This card is really unique, especially because it helps prevent Digivolution for the turn, if I remember correctly, or it just can't be removed. So it helps in a way that the deck kind of really wanted, right? Then you have like Shadow Seraphimon Ace, which is a big contender in the format for one of the better cards. You have Seraphimon Ace, you have Magnamon and Magna X Ace. You're just really in a good spot for this, right? There's nothing to be scoffed at with the removal it has great access. Then you do have none other than the Phoenixmon deck, the birds, caca. So this thing can hit like a freight train gone like yesterday. This thing is the truck, the bakery in the truck, and then just plowing right through the bakery. So, you know, this is just crazy. This deck uses Ancient Greymond because it is a vaccine type. So their plays aren't really climbing up into Phoenixmon. They're using the combination of Sora to be able to play your Garudamon, and your Garudamon's going to be played for free. And then you kind of snowball from there, right? You have a lot of potential. Your opponent's got to deal with a lot of threats. And Ancient Greymond being able to punch through just closed out games. This deck became Purple's hybrid's worst nightmare pretty quickly because this thing just spits out things like it's going out of style. And then we got the classic Ancient Greymond. Ancient Greymond just doing Ancient Greymond shenanigans. As you can see, the deck is quite good in any way, shape, or form. The deck will always do well in the format, and I have no objections on playstyles with this. So, you know, getting a good understanding of events like this, especially since this is one of the first events, and even I got to commentate. So with EX tournament decks, hopefully you guys tune in for the 2.5 case event, because Questionable Plays is going to be hosting that one, and I should be commentating for that, and we'll be having a lot of fun. So guys, hopefully you like this video. Hit that like button, hit that subscribe button, stay safe, stay healthy, and I'll catch you next one. Peace.